What's up, everyone? How's it going? Welcome to today's pre-market analysis session. Today is Monday, August the 4th, and looking at it right away, today is going to be one of those no news Mondays. It's a Canadian bank holiday, and we don't really have any news to worry about other than factory orders. US factory orders. Simple interval at 9 a.m. might do the job, but it's essentially still a no news Monday, and because of that, we might experience less volume, so it's important to be extra careful trading the day today. Other than that, we just have to leverage what we got on the charts to our advantage. What we've seen recently is we did break out towards the upside, low volume throughout it all though, just keep that in mind. Once New York market opens, if you can get some trending price action, then we can identify the direction that the market wants to head. But from the moment that we're sitting at right now, it does look like direction is yet to be found, and looks like we are likely to bounce around in this range in the high volume node that we marked out from yesterday as well. But let's reset, start from scratch, see if there's anything new we can find, and yeah, so let's do this. We have this lower liquidity down there, which is essentially also this level right here. We got this level, that level, this level, and this level down here. Now, I don't want to mark all of that. I know we did mark all of it yesterday, but really don't want to mark so many levels, especially if they're not 100% significant. So I'm going to go ahead and check if they're significant using the footprint chart here in 1 second. Got this lower area. Hop on a 4 hour, come over here, and let's see. We have high volume in this area, lots of volume at the bottom. First one valid. The second one though, I don't know about this second one, right? Simply because we don't see volume right at the bottom here as well. Rather, it's looking like this region right here is gonna be important, right at this area of the candle. So right around there, that's more likely to be significant. Because of that, I'm going to remove these two levels and just simply work with the volume that has been generated there. This has lots of volume, but below that region, price showed no interest. Below this region here as well, price showed no interest. So I'm going to mark it at the area where price last saw interest. If you break below, it's likely that we head lower, potentially likely down to there. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this as imbalance below. I'm going to check that 4 hour as well. This 4 hour doesn't look bad, simply because we have volume in that red candle and distribution in the second candle. Hold on. Alright, we good. Liquidity up there. Low. There we go. 2 hour. I have this upper region level up right here. Keep in mind that we already broke this region. We took these highs. Now I want to see how we react. Are we able to hold this level and head higher to our key level where we're trying to see if we can break out? Or do we hold this level and then come back below it, potentially break back down and retest? It's something I'm gonna keep my eyes out for. We do have some liquidity down here as well as down here. But you see that stack of liquidity down there. The price may want to go ahead and target. But we have to go ahead and wait to see that. This 2 hours is going to be very significant. We saw multiple touches upon this region. If you can break below that 2 hour and break through that imbalance below region, price should be pretty clear for heading lower. You just need volume and movement that price might make. Not going to mark out that region. This region we could mark. I just don't want to go overboard with marking, especially when it's not required. Alright, that should do the job. As you can see, those levels work out pretty nicely. We have this area right here, imbalance below towards the downside. On 1 hour, now we're gonna have these highs. And then we have all of this region as well. Marking out not main liquidity, typical liquidity up there. And marking it out as a 1 hour. This region, that's not the right portion that I wanted to mark, but I'm trying to mark up here. And likely also this region as well. So we have a lot of levels really to work with, but what I'm looking to see is how we react at this level and where we see momentum up to. If you see signals of continuation, perhaps to a retracement, things of that nature, I'll be happy to take a continuation until one of these levels. If not, I'm looking for how we react at one of these levels, and then if we see momentum as a result of that, then we'll enter into something of that nature. But really just gonna have to wait on reaction here today. Not really seeing anything too crazy. We came back to that high volume node that we had marked out, and it might be difficult for price to escape this area given that so much volume is getting generated here, both on the buyer and seller side. But let's just hop on the 30 minutes, see if there's anything there, and as you can see, there is a zone there, and there also is a zone there. I'm gonna mark out this zone simply because that was a market open area. And up at the highs, wick is very, very tall. Like such. Oh, we could have this area. That's in low volume. I'm not trying to mark that out. This area, just iffy. Go ahead and mark out this region though. Simply so I can make it compiled zones so it's easier for us to comprehend. I'll move yeah, we can mark this one as well. It's just providing a range of values for that liquidity region, which I like because then it's not just focused on one single area. And that's the thing within liquidity and zones. The zones are more likely to capture the actual bookmap liquidity while your typical just lines are unlikely. They might get close to it, but they won't capture it. And we want to see if we can capture it. 15 minutes. Not see anything there. We do have 15 minutes there, but that's in the 2 hour overall. Yeah, nothing really else there. Let me put up a volume profile so I can let you guys know what I'm talking about. If you look at this range that we have marked out, and I'll go exactly to that lower portion of that range. We clearly see volume nodes, right? This entire region is lots of volume, particularly in this area. The bottom bound is a zone, and the upper bound is this 30-minute zone, or likely that upper liquidity as well, since we do have a high volume node corresponding to that. So within this region, it's very likely that price may want to just consolidate and chop around like such, moving from one side to another, like we've done right there. Unless we see aggressive action that can break us out of either side, I'm not too keen in price leaving this area until we have a definitive signal. It might just be more valid to play with different levels and simply head like that. But if we see breakage, then we might be able to play trendy. I just want to see how market opens and where price might identify direction and where we can potentially get a good value following that trend if there is any trend. And that's what we're going to be looking for. So that's pretty much it for what I notice here on ES. I'm starting to get ready to start getting into the live as market opens in 2.5 minutes. But let's go ahead and check out NQ real quick and chart NQ pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and do that. Mark out these highs. See that area, see that area. This region down here. Four hour. 4 hour there as well. Main liquidity, main liquidity, main liquidity. Gonna have multiple areas of interest and lots of zones on the downside. On NQ is what I've noticed. I'm gonna mark it out. It doesn't hurt to do so. Mark out this high region as well. Not seeing anything there. Can mark out this 3 hour here at these highs. Market is opening in around 30 seconds. Oh, we have this region we got broke out of. Then we have this area. Not seeing anything there. Can mark out these areas. Hold on. Alright, let's see. Market opened just now. Let's see where we go. Seeing some bullish movement. Okay, good to know. Let's see if there's no, there's not really anything else on the 2 hour. Hop on the 1 hour. Mark out these lows right here. From how the 1 hour is looking, it does look like we're gonna head higher till this area. Maybe we can catch a piece of that, but then again, just gonna be keen and patient looking for such. Yeah. Mark out this area. Nah, I won't put in this one. I'll just mark up with the levels. 30-minute, let's go. We did have this area we broke out of. We'd have this area that we're currently sitting in, like such. And we're coming into passive selling region here on bookmap as well. So definitely gonna see how price reacts around this region. I really don't want to force any trades on a no news Monday. So I'm gonna be just patient, looking to see if you can capture anything that we find has high probability. That's the volume I'm not gonna mark. I would mark this, but it looks that we are breaking above it already. I'll keep it there for now. If you break above continuously, might as well go ahead and remove it as it is right there. But 30-minute, I'm not really seeing too much else. 15-minute, it's too choppy on the 15-minute. We do have this area, I guess you could consider that. Yeah, that's honestly it for NQ as well. Just looking to see how we hold above this level, and more importantly, this level right here. If we can break above that level, I think it's easy to head on to this level. But breaking this region is very important to get out of that high volume node. The price typically finds struggle in getting out, and it typically just revolve around that region. So I'm looking to see how price reacts at these levels and simply play off of that. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm gonna base my day off of. And that's also gonna be how I'm gonna conclude this pre-market. So I don't really have much else to say. If you have any questions, feel free to join the free Discord server. Link is in the description down below. It's completely free and lots of resources that I believe you can gain a thing or two out of. Additionally, if you want to know how to use Orderflow, we're completely free to get started and start integrating into your strategy. Check out Addis and Bookmouth livestream. The link is in the description down below. Addis is one of our channel partners and it has a lot of free functionality and it's one of the most user friendly. So definitely advise you to do your own research and I recommend it. But yeah, that's gonna be my words. I'll see you guys later today for market analysis session. So I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.